together. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Soyam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guroho Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavane Raya Krishnaya Geetamrita Duhe Namaha. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki Hare Krishna. So welcome all of you in today's session. So we are very happy to Amit Prabhu. We are very happy that we are in this place of Amit Prabhu and Shivani Mataji. They have offered this beautiful devotional place for all of us to have programs. So thank you very much, Prabhu, for the opportunity to visit and discuss Bhagavad Gita. So we are studying second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, contents of the Gita summarized, and now this is the last section that today we wish to complete. So in this chapter we began with Arjuna giving the final argument for not fighting, indecision, that was discussed in text 2.1 to 10, and then Arjuna's surrender also. Then as soon as Krishna began to speak, first he gave him the right knowledge. So that was the jnana that was discussed from text 11 to 30. Yeah. Then Krishna, he said to Arjuna that you should fight at least on the level of karma kand, right? What is fighting at the level of karma kand? What does that mean? Yes, you can raise hand. Yes.
Like wanting the kingdom.
Yes, wanting some material benefit from fighting. That's fighting on the platform of karma kand. It's not like in fighting Arjuna, there on the chariot he's going to start some sacrifice. Swaha. Does it mean to be karma kand? No. Karma kand, fight on the level of karma kand means what? Fight with fruitive desire. You hato va prapsasi swargam jitva va mokshase mahim. That's karma kand. But then Krishna wants to give much higher inspiration than that. What are the other two inspirations to fight? Nishkam Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. Very nice. So Lord has used for Nishkam Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga one common term. What is that?
Buddhi Yoga.
Buddhi Yoga. Very nice. Why is Buddhi Yoga known as Buddhi Yoga? Who can tell? Why is it called Buddhi Yoga? Is it that Karma Kandis don't have Buddhi? They are all full number one. So why is Buddhi Yoga? Mataji?
Because we do with intelligence and with heart.
Yeah, you are somewhat there, but what do you think? Like Karmakand people, they also use intelligence, no? No doubt, right? And they have the heart also. There is something specific meaning.
Prabhuji, here the spiritual realization will be there.
Very nice.
But the second thing here, the Nishkam or Bhakti Yoga. Nishkam means you are not attached with the fruit. Or second term is you are doing for the pleasure of the Lordship. First is the we have realization of the we are spirit soul.
Yeah.
Second the realization we are doing work, but we are not wanting the fruit.
Very
Third
nice.
is we are not attached to the work, not the fruit, only for the service to the Lord we are doing.
Very nice. Very beautiful. She's captured all the 3 points very nicely. You have something additional, Shivani Mataji?
These are the path of knowledge of souls.
That's the essential point. Buddhi yoga, because here the intelligence, the buddhi involves knowledge of spirit soul and practicing that knowledge to get that realization that I am not the body, I am spirit soul and servant of Krishna, so let me get that realization. In Karmakand path, do they discuss knowledge of soul?
No.
They don't discuss. This aspect is only not there. They will discuss Swarga mein kya kya milega. What are the enjoyments like in Swarga? So you are inspired. Yamimam pushpitam vach. Flowery words. They will not discuss Atma and all that. In fact, when Shankaracharya wanted to discuss Atma Gyan with Mandan Mishra, Mandan Mishra was a great scholar of Karma Kand. And Shankaracharya, in his conquest, Digvijay, he got to know that this is a great scholar in Mahishmati, this Mandan Mishra. So if you defeat him, then all his followers will become Shankara's followers. So he just went on searching for Mandan Mishra. So he asked to the people there, how to find Mandan Mishra's house? He said, you can go and find out that house in which the parrots outside, sitting that house, the parrots are discussing, is Karmakand higher or Nishkam Karma Yoga higher? Who are discussing this? Parrots. Mandan Mishra's house was like that. The parrots were discussing, is Karmakand higher or Nishkam Karma Yoga higher? Is Jnana higher or Karmakand higher? And they would establish that Karmakand is only higher. They were like that. So Shankaracharya was told, wherever you find this discussion, that's house of Mandan Mishra. And then Shankaracharya went there and he challenged him for the debate. So Mandan Mishra said, we don't want to waste our time in discussing about Atmadnya. That's not our path. So they don't discuss Atmadnya. But then Shankaracharya said, if you are so learned, if you are known as Vedas scholars, then how can you not discuss? I am ready to discuss on Karmakand. So why are you not ready to discuss on Atmagyan? So then he said, okay, agreed, I will discuss. So then he and Shankaracharya debated, and who was the judge? Judge was the wife of Mandan Mishra, Ubhay Bharati. She was so super learned that she knew everything. So she became the judge. And condition was very terrible. If Shankaracharya is defeated, Shankaracharya will become a grahastha. You can imagine? In those days, Shankaracharya will give up sannyas and he will join grahastha ashram, because Karmakand you can enjoy only by being grahastha, right? And if Mandan Mishra is defeated, then he has to take sannyas immediately on that day. This was the debate condition. And Ubhay Bharati sat there as the judge. And guess what? Who defeated whom? Shankaracharya defeated Mandan Mishra. And then Mandan Mishra became immediately the disciple of Shankara and became in charge of Sringeri Math. So Sringeri Math belongs to that Mandan Mishra's line. So he was not ready to discuss Atmagyan, because what he said? We are followers of which path? Karmakand. So we don't discuss Atmagyan. That's for Nishkam Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, not for us. So you can see that's the path. But Buddhi Yoga or Nishkam Karma Yoga, it is called Buddhi Yoga because the Buddhi, the intelligence is used for discussing Atma Gyan. So that's actually the real usage of intelligence. Otherwise, practically, the Karmakand they're not using Buddhi. That's why it's not called Buddhi Yoga. So by Buddhi, you mean the knowledge, Atma Gyan. That is not there on that path. So Krishna has in this way explained, you can see. So out of the two Buddhi Yogas, Krishna in 2.38 to 46, or you could say 39 to 46, what he has explained out of the two kinds of Buddhi Yoga? Bhakti Yoga or Nishkam Karma Yoga? Bhakti Yoga. He has explained Bhakti Yoga. Neha bhikramana shosti, and those verses we saw, no? Of course, this entire section is also called by many acharyas as Nishkam Karma Yoga also. As I said, it refers to both the sections, but especially Bhakti has the best characteristics of the Nishkam aspect also. So that's why, as per Gaudiya Vaishnavism, this section primarily stands for Bhakti, like Neha bhikramana shosti and such verses. Nistraigunyo bhavarjuna, such verses, they show directly Bhakti only. So fine, now Krishna is going to speak about, from 47 to 53, what he will speak now? Nishkam Karma Yoga. So this is it. Now let's hear about Nishkam Karma Yoga that Arjuna is going to speak. So now at this point of time, you may get this question that what exactly is difference between Bhakti Yoga and Nishkam Karma Yoga? And as Mataji also pointed out some things, let's make this clear, and then after that we go quickly through the verses, because then they are very simple, not much to discuss. So, here are various paths. What happened? This is not connected. It should blink here. Okay, once I will. Yeah. Yes. So, see, this is an important discussion. Now understand this, because this is also a very fundamental concept. Goal. Fight or no fight. Okay. So, let's discuss path of karma kand, KK. I am putting a short. Path of karma kand. What is the sadhana of path of karma kand? Anybody knows? What do they do?
Worship demigods.
Worship demigods, yes. How do they worship demigods? By worshipping deities. I think because I'm having the trouble here, so whenever I shake the laptop, then it gets disconnected. So, karma kand. What is the sadhana of karma kand? Yes. So, it is yajnas. So, these yajnas are considered for materialistic purpose. What's the goal? Fruitive activities is the process. What's the goal?
Sense gratification.
Sense gratification. Yeah, heaven is the goal. Very nice. Swarga. Or it can be also in this world some enjoyment, materialistic enjoyment. So, on the path of karma kand, can Arjuna be inspired to fight or not?
Yes.
Can he be inspired to fight?
Yes.
He can fight? Yes, very nice. Let's come to the path of Nishkam Karma Yoga. What is the sadhana of Nishkam Karma Yogi people? What do they do basically? So they also do the Varnashrama duties. See, this Varnashrama duties you can apply even for these Karmakandi people. Yagyas is part of that Varnashram duty. Okay? So both of them, even these guys also do varnashram duty, these guys also do varnashram duties. That's their main identification. If you ask a karmakandi guy, who are you? What will he say? I'm a brahmana, or I'm a kshatriya, I'm a vaishya or shudra. If you ask a nishkam karma yogi, who are you? He will also say those aspects. That is a very prominent identity. Although he is cultivating the knowledge of Atma slowly. What is the goal of Nishkam Karma Yoga? You know? Liberation. Okay? Liberation is the goal. They want typically moksha. So that moksha, what does that mean? Typically it means actually merging in Brahman. That's their common goal, usually speaking. Moksha means sayujya moksha they want. Sayujya. And on this level, can you inspire Arjuna to fight or not?
Yes.
Fight, very nice. Then you come to Jnana Yoga. What is the sadhana of Jnana Yogi? You know?
Reading scriptures.
Yeah, Vedanta study, yes. Vedanta Vimarshanam. They study, they meditate. Vedanta study, meditation, these are their sadhana. What is the goal of Jnana Yogis?
Merging in Brahman.
Merging in Brahman. What is that? Which moksha is that?
Sayujya.
Sayujya Mukti.
Sayujya is for Nishkam Karma Yoga.
Yes, and also for Jnana Yogi. Both of them have the same goal. Now interestingly, can one fight on the platform of Jnana Yoga? Can Jnana Yoga involve fighting?
Yes.
No.
So this is the main difference now. On the path of Jnana Yoga, there can be no fighting. Because it is a path of something called as karma sannyas. इसको बोलते क्या? कर्म संन्यास. Then you come to Ashtanga Yoga. What is the process of Ashtanga Yoga?
8
Physical
8 limbs.
Pranayama.
Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dhyan, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi. Dharana first, then Dhyan, Samadhi. What is the goal of Ashtanga Yogis? They can have 2 goals. Sayujya Moksha, or they can have the goal of actually the Salokyadi Moksha. Salokyadi means Salokya, Sarshti, Samipya. So they have this goal of achieving Salokya and such liberations by worshipping Paramatma, by meditating on whom do the yogis meditate on? Paramatma. But that is the process. What is their goal? You have to speak precisely. Meditation on Paramatma is the process. What's the goal? Yeah, so 2 goals are there. Either they desire to merge in Brahman. So yogi also desires to merge in Brahman. No? Sayujya. Brahma mein leen ho gaye. Like sometimes people don't know these words, but they will use, right? Brahmaleen. Ananta Vileen. They don't understand what it means, right? Like they will say everybody Swargavasi. We don't know, maybe Narakvasi also. The person may have gone to Narak. How do you know? So similarly they will say Brahmaleen. So that Brahmaleen and all, that is all Sayujya Moksha. That is the desire. Or they can desire even the Salokyadi Moksha. Depends on whether they are devotional yogis or they are not devotional yogis. Depends on that. So I am going to explain to you the yoga ladder. Right now, if you understand this, for you yoga ladder will be just like that. It will be the simplest thing because you already understood what are the differences in various paths. So Ashtanga Yogi in this way, he desires this. And can somebody be inspired to fight on the level of Ashtanga Yoga?
No.
What happened? So now I have some trouble. Yeah, here. So it is also known as path of what? Karma sannyas. Okay? Now come to Bhakti Yoga. What's the process of Bhakti Yoga? Very nice. Shravanam Kirtanam. 9 limbs. That's the process. Shravanam Kirtanam ... The remaining also. 9 limbs. What's the goal of Bhakti? Bhagwan is the goal? Krishna Prem is the goal. Krishna Priti or Krishna Prem is the goal. It's considered to be Prayojana. Krishna Prem. And can one fight on the platform of Bhagavad Gita? This Bhakti Yoga?
Yes.
Yes. Is it a path of karma sannyas? No. So, see, this is the very important difference now you understand. Now you tell me, are we Nishkam Karma Yogis? Can a Bhakta be called Nishkam Karma Yogi? No. What's the difference? Because Nishkam Karma Yogi's goal is what? Liberation. If that Nishkam Karma Yogi offers his fruits to Krishna, then it is a specific type of Nishkam Karma Yoga called as Bhagavad Arpit Nishkam Karma Yoga. We will talk this in Yoga later, don't worry. See this Bhagavad Arpit, BA, NKY. Bachelor of Arts nahi, BA, Bhagavad Arpit. So this Bhagavad Arpit Nishkam Karma Yoga is somebody who is little better than Nishkam Karma Yoga only. What is this? This person offers everything to Krishna, but still there is. So such a person, what is his goal? Typically these people attain the Shantaras. Shantaras in Vaikuntha. That's their goal. They attain Vaikuntha but Shantaras. But what is their sadhana? Again, Varnashram duties only. That's their sadhana. On that level, can they fight or not? They can fight. So what Krishna is telling in first 3 chapters, first 6 chapters in Bhagavad Gita is this Bhagavad Arpit Nishkam Karma Yoga. Actually, it's not just Nishkam Karma Yoga. Because is Krishna speaking in first 6 chapters to Arjuna? Is he speaking to aspire for Sayujya Moksha? No. He is saying work, but offer everything to me. Yajnarthat karmano nyatra lokoyam karma bandhana tadartham karma kaunteya. Tadartham, for that Lord you do the karma. But still it is not bhakti, I am saying. Still it is not bhakti. What's the difference? Why it is not bhakti? What's the goal? One is aspiring Shantaras, fine, and the another way is aspiring Krishna Prema. But one very important difference is in the process. Yeah, that person, he will be in Varnashram duties only. His life will not be centered around what? Centered around what process of bhakti? 9 limbs, Shravanam Kirtanam. So this is the essential difference between Bhagavad Arpit Nishkam Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. When your life is only dependent on Varnashrama duties, and you offer also, everything you do, Krishna Arpanam Astu, Krishna Arpanam, but you are not having much time for Shravanam Kirtanam. Yajan, Patan, Pathan, Dan, Pratigrah, या क्षत्रिय है तो फिर मैनेजमेंट कर रहा है, राज्य चला रहा है, वैश्य इज कृषि गोरक्षा वाणिज्यम. So fine, you can do those duties, devotees also do those duties, but a devotee's life, is it centered around Shravanam, Kirtanam, and these limbs? They are the most important limbs in bhakti. So a devotee's life is centered around, it is focused on that. Like we chant 16 rounds, we worship the Lord, we hear Gita. It's not like it is some weekend entertainment for us. No, it is the heart. And everything in life is around that. Although we may also work in outside world, fine. But even that work, we want to do it as service to Krishna. We want to use those results for service to Krishna. We want to do it as do those things also for pleasure of Krishna. One who is Bhagavad Arpit Nishkam Karma Yogi, no, if you ask him that, okay, you know, you are doing everything for Krishna's pleasure. Who are you? I am a Brahmana. Please do Kshatriya work. Will he do? He will not do. So this is Nishkam Karma Yogi. Although it is Bhagavad Arpit, he is offering everything for the Lord, but still he is not accepting himself as somebody who will do everything for the Lord. No, he will do what is his varna and ashrama, that only he will do. So the identification is rooted in varnashrama, or is it rooted in being servant of Krishna? Varnashrama, that's the point. So you have to capture this theme from Bhagavad Gita. One point is about identification. What do you identify yourself? And second point is, what is the focus of sadhana, the process? Is it varnashrama duties, or is it Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam? So what I'm telling you right now is actually a very important point, because many devotees have this confusion. They think, oh, Nishkam Karma Yoga, when offered to the Lord, that is only Bhakti Yoga. They will say, Bhagavad Arpit Nishkam Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga, same only. Is it same? It is not same. Otherwise, Krishna would have spoken first 6 chapters only, middle 6, why they were needed? You tell me, no? He is already speaking Bhagavad Arpit Nishkam Karma Yoga in first 6. Bas ho gaya na? Beech wale kyun chahiye? Because he distinguishes Bhakti Yoga there from this section. That way. So you will find people who are doing varnashrama duties and they offer everything to Krishna, saying Krishna Arpanam and all that, but then they remain attached to their duties. They will not leave their duties. They will not want to do anything. Even if you say that, see, this is what Guru wants or this is what Vaishnavas want, they'll say that's okay, but this is my dharma. I will not do. Swadharme nidhanam shreya paradharmo bhayavaha. This is a typical Nishkam Karma Yogi. He will speak like this. Bhakta will not speak like this. स्वधर्म, खुद का धर्म करते करते मैं मर जाऊंगा, लेकिन दूसरे का धर्म नहीं करूंगा. For devotee, he will say, whatever Krishna tells, that is my dharma. That's it. Swadharma, paradharma, this is not his idea. His idea of dharma is what? Whatever Krishna tells, that's my dharma. Guru wants me to work in a certain way, that's my dharma. Mad Guru Upadishtam, that is my life, that is my soul. Vyavasayatmika Buddhir, we saw that. So this is how a Bhagavad Arpit Nishkam Karma Yogi is different than a Bhakti Yogi. For a Bhakti Yogi, it's not like you perform your actions and then in the end say Krishna Arpanam Astu. No, before beginning only he offers everything for Krishna. Krishna, let me do this for your pleasure. I am doing this because my Guru has told me. Your pure devotee is telling me, that's why I am doing this. So even though we may be working in this world and all that, at least we should have blessings of the Guru and superiors. Whatever we are doing occupation, Guru Maharaj, this is what I do for the occupation and all. So Guru Maharaj said, yes, this is nice, you continue like that. So that sanction, that blessing of Guru, that superiors, that's how a devotee sees everything. Then whatever we do, even though we may be taking care of family and children, well, that is whose family? A Vaishnava doesn't think it is my family. It is whose family? Krishna's family. And I'm trying to take care of Krishna's children, you know. This attitude you will not find in Bhagavad Arpit Nishkam Karma Yogi. For him, he does certain action because it is Varnashrama. And in the end, he says, he remembers, Krishna Arpanam, I offer this to Krishna. He also has devotion. It's not like he doesn't have devotion, but not of this sort, where you identify yourself only as Krishna's man, Krishna's person. Krishna is my, master, and Everything I identify with being his servant, and that's why I do it. So you see, this is a path of not karma sannyas, it's a path of fighting. So that's why for Arjuna, Krishna recommends karma kand also. Fine, he recommended karma kand. He recommended Nishkam Karma Yoga. He recommended Bhagavad Arpit Nishkam Karma Yoga also, like he will do now. He is recommending Bhakti Yoga the most, but he is never recommending two paths. What are they? Jnana Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga. Although he speaks about them, he is telling about information. For your information, this is Jnana Yoga and this is Bhakti Yoga. Because in those paths, you don't act in Varnashram at all. You give up Varnashram and go to forest. Kyun Krishna bolenge Arjun ko practice karne ko? And that's what Arjuna wants, in fact. Right? He wants to go to forest. Krishna says, no. But Arjuna says, I am qualified for Jnana Yoga. My heart is pure. So Krishna says, even then set an example for others. You see, Krishna doesn't allow only him to live. Although Arjuna is qualified, next chapter you will see this. So these two are the paths of karma sannyas, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga. You know, if these paths are to be followed, you have to take sannyas. That's the first criteria. If you have to practice Jnana Yoga, then initially they will allow you to study Vedanta and all. But if you want to progress, they will say, first criteria, take sannyas. That's the entry. Same way Ashtanga Yoga. They will allow you asan, yamaniyam, asan, pranayam. Pratyahar level, sannyas. That's a bona fide yoga. Don't tell me what yogis are doing today. And today they are, it's yoga for bhoga. Prabhupada used to say, they just want to make, shapely bodies and all so that they can enjoy sense gratification. That's the standard of yoga, today's day and time. And it is factually the thing. You see what the Western world has done with yoga. Terrible. Made it into complete enterprise of, bigger sense gratification. Doga. Yoga has become doga now. You perform yoga with your dog. That is doga. You heard this doga? You have not. And doga is the latest fad. Not latest, it is also old now. You perform yoga with your dog, then you get some higher positive energy, they say, by that. So they will keep the dog also, and by that, like keeping, like somebody says, Paramatma or something is with me, like that. So you can see that's their idea of doga, that way. So if you tell them karma sannyas, it's the path of karma sannyas and all, they'll run away, everybody. Same way with Jnana Yoga. If you have to practice path of Jnana, you have to take sannyas. That's why Shankaracharya put that condition on Mandan Mishra. You come and practice Jnana Yoga, you have to take sannyas. In Bhakti, do we have condition like that? The highest benefit, but having the least requirements. Bhakti. You don't put conditions like karma sannyas and all this. Karma kand, if you have to practice this path, you should be rich. Maal pani chahiye tumhare paas. If you don't have great wealth to perform sacrifices and all that, those priests will say, get lost from here. You have to perform big sacrifices in karma kand process. So you need great amount of wealth, ghee, pure ghee. Pure ghee is always a debate in today's daytime. Any ghee you take, some contamination is there always. So karma kandi, you have to be very rich person. If you are yajman, then you have to. Nishkam karma yoga, on that path, the person, we see that such a person, he has to follow varnashrama duties perfectly. Jnana yoga, you have to be very intelligent. Jnana yogi, on the path of Jnana Yoga, if you don't have good intelligence, they will drive you away. They will say, bogus, you can't study, you leave it. Do we do like that in Bhakti? Even if somebody doesn't understand any philosophy, we'll say, at least you can take prasad. That's the easiest thing to do. Chant Hare Krishna, take prasad. Ashtanga Yoga, if your mind is too disturbed by sense enjoyment thoughts, useless on the path of Ashtanga Yoga. They will say you cannot practice, get lost from here. Do we do like that on the path of bhakti? No, anybody is welcome. Chant Hare Krishna, your mind will become peaceful. So bhakti yoga is the path of least requirements and the highest goal. So it's so glorious, you can see. So remember these things. In the 6th chapter we will study yoga ladder, so that time you will need all these concepts. But now I have told you today what's the difference between these paths and how Krishna consciousness or bhakti yoga is neither nishkam karma yoga, it is neither bhagavad arpit nishkam karma yoga also. It is the special path, exclusive path called as bhakti yoga. Okay, so now with this, let's go ahead and complete this section, which is the Bhagavad Arpit Nishkam Karma Yoga section that is being spoken by Krishna. Or sometimes only Nishkam Karma Yoga word is also used. In either case, here in this section, Krishna is speaking about Bhagavad Arpit Nishkam Karma Yoga. So here the person is not attached to his fruits of the duty, but he is only attached to the action. So that is spoken. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturbhur ma te sangostva karmani. Yes.
You have a right to perform your prescribed duty, but you are not entitled to the fruits of action. Never consider yourself the cause of the results of your activities, and never be attached to not doing your duty.
Yeah. So Krishna says, see, if you can't fight on the level of bhakti yoga, then you fight on the level of which level? Nishkam karma yoga. So what is Nishkam karma yoga? Karmanyevadhikaraste. You have the right only to perform your duty. You are not entitled to the fruit of your duty. Fruit belongs to whom? It belongs to Lord. It doesn't belong to you. So that's why Karmanyevadhikaraste. You should perform the duty. Your adhikar, your right is to perform duty. You can't say, "Arey, maine duty kiya, why I didn't get the fruit? I should get the fruit." No, getting the fruit, that depends upon other factors also, like Lord's mercy and your karma, and all these other aspects are also there in that. It's not that you do duty so you have to get karma or you have to get the fruits, not necessarily. So that's why Krishna is saying, accept that the process itself is glorious. When you do your duty, from that duty you may not get the specific fruit of that duty, but one very good thing will happen is your heart will start getting purified. See, on the path of Nishkam Karma Yoga, what is considered the goal when you are practicing? The purification of heart. When he practices this, doing the duty without fruits, so slowly his desire, whatever desire is there for sense enjoyment, that will go away. He will become a pure-hearted person. So initially, he doesn't desire for the fruits of the action, maybe even little artificially. It's a cultivation process. But slowly he starts becoming actually detached. Like somebody, if he does his household duties nicely, you have seen this even in outside world, if they do their household duties nicely, so initially they may be very attached. But slowly, if they do very responsibly and like that, you see slowly after some years they become detached from the samsara and from the attachment to samsara, and especially even if they are practicing little bit also this bhakti or this Bhagavad Arpit Nishkam Karma Yoga or like that, the attachment will go, especially if one is following Shastra's prescribed duties. So Krishna is saying, you have the right to perform duty, but don't be attached to the fruits of action. Because if you become attached to the fruits of action, then you will generate bondage. Of that, like I am doing the duty, so whatever from that duty, I should get some respect, I should get money, I should have some people bow down to me. These are all the fruits. So if one is attached to these aspects, then what will happen? That causes the bondage. Then one will generate the aspect of bondage. So you may feel that, is it not natural? Somebody does the duty, then naturally you will expect fruits, no? Like if somebody is preparing for the exam and giving exam, he will naturally expect that I will get the good marks, right? So Krishna is saying, see, you accept that studying itself is glorious thing. Now after studying, if Krishna gives me fruits, very nice. Even if he doesn't give, still it is glorious. This idea Krishna is speaking. You have to accept the duty itself as sacred. And the duty itself is glorious. You get the fruits, you don't get the fruits, fine. If I do my duty properly, then in Nishkam Karma Yoga process, what happens is one's heart starts getting purified, one starts becoming detached from the desires for sense enjoyment. So that is Ma Phaleshu Kadachana. That don't desire. Why should I not desire the fruits? Because Ma Karma Phala Hetur Bhu. If you desire the fruits, you will involve Karma Phala. So don't become the cause of Karma Phala. You understand? If you are attached to the fruits, then you will generate Karma Phala. If somebody is not attached to fruits only, will he generate Karma Phala? He will not generate Karma Phala. Generating Karma Phala means, you understand, no? What it means? It means you create some punya or you create some papa. And then to enjoy that punya papa, will you have to take another birth or not?
Yes.
You will have to. So Krishna is saying, you perform the duty without being attached to the fruits, then you will not become the cause of karma phala. So hearing this, if somebody feels, I have to do the duty also, and I don't have to be attached to fruits also, or forget, I don't do the duty only. Last line, Mate Sangostva Karmani. No, you cannot not do the duty also. You have to do the duty. He is doing a checkmate there. Karmanyevadhikaraste, you have the right to do your duty, but what about fruits? Mahaphaleshu kadachana, you can't take the fruits. Why can't I take the fruits? Ma karma phala hetur bhur, it will bring karma phala. Then Krishna, forget it, I won't do. Mate sangostva karmani. You get this checkmate of Krishna, how he's doing this. So this is path of Nishkam Karma Yoga. On this path, you have to do the duty, but still not be attached to. There are people like that. We talked about this idea, right? Somebody coming and rendering some service in temple, and then he rendered the service और वो गायब हो गया. He never waited for any appreciation, prasadam, whatnot, whatever are the fruits, right? Like that. So, when we are doing Bhakti Shastri course, what is the fruit? The certificate is the fruit. So, karmanyevadhikaraste. Study. You have the right to study. Mahaphaleshu kadachana. The certificate. You don't worry about that. It will come. No problem. But if you're too attached to the certificate, then that's not the right thing. Anyway, we do everything for Krishna's pleasure, but I'm just explaining in this context. So, ma karma phala hetur bhur. If you become too attached to certificate, then you will generate some karma. Fruitive mentality, like that, this way. So somebody may say, "Arey, fir chhod do, kisko karna hai? Mate sangostva karmani." No, you can't leave it also. You have to do it. So, you see, Krishna is actually telling Nishkam Karma Yoga, it's a path of doing the duty and not being attached to the fruits of that duty. So it's not that easy to practice this path. At least on path of bhakti, we are doing it for what pleasure? Whose pleasure? Krishna's pleasure. Guru's pleasure, right there. Here, the Nishkam Karma Yogi, he has to do it without the aspect of any fruits and all that. And what is his inspiration? Well, he does everything so as to, attain moksha, or so as to become free from the desire to enjoy. That purification, that's what is there in his heart. Bhakti process is easier actually to practice than Nishkam Karma Yoga, because there we see that directly we can connect to devotees, Krishna. When we are doing something, we may not be attached to the fruits of that particular thing, but we see the pleasure of Guru, pleasure of Krishna, pleasure of Vaishnavas. That gives us satisfaction, isn't it? Here for Nishkam Karma Yogi, he has to find satisfaction within. He has to find satisfaction in himself, in that process. That yes, it is like that. But there are people like that. Like so many, sometimes this ideology is there even in the social reformers. Whole life they will give for society and all that. And they may have sometimes this attitude like Nishkam Karma Yogi. And they never expect any fruits and all that. They live like that only. It's possible. There are people like that also. Although rare in Kali Yuga, but yeah, so this is the standard path, Nishkam Karma Yoga. Ma karma phala hetur bhu, mate sangostu karmani. So now these verses, they can be also applied for Bhakti Yoga, because as I said, Bhakti Yoga is all inclusive. See, whenever Nishkam Karma Yoga is being talked about, those characteristics, are they included in Bhakti Yoga or not? If you have 1,000 rupees, does it have 100 rupees in it? Already it has. 1,000 rupees matlab 100 rupees to hai hi usme. So similarly, whenever Krishna explains this path like karma, jnana, no, so Prabhupada uses it for bhakti, because bhakti is that plus something much more. You understand? Yesterday also I was explaining what is Prabhupada's strategy in explaining Bhagavad Gita. He may see a particular context, it is actually Nishkam Karma Yoga. But because those aspects like Nishkamta and doing everything for the purification of heart, is that aspect in bhakti or not?
Yes.
It is there. So he just takes that and applies it for bhakti and speaks like that, that way. So you can know the section also, context, but you can also know Prabhupada's mood. So in purport you will see, he will connect always to Krishna only. So you can appreciate, yes, Krishna is saying here Karma Yoga, but our Acharya, he wants everyone to practice Bhakti Yoga. So that's why he does like this. So understand, that's why sometimes, as I said, people may say, Arey, Swamiji has written Bhakti Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, everywhere Bhakti Yoga only. Now next chapter, chapter Karma Yoga, it's all Karma Yoga actually. Krishna is explaining Bhagavad Arpit, Nishkam Karma Yoga. You see, entire purport Prabhupada writes in Bhakti Yoga manner. Because those characteristics also are there in Bhakti Yoga. So he justified that way. But the section is certainly not Bhakti Yoga. Because Bhakti Yoga is exclusively kept especially for middle six. That way. So that's how the strategy is. So on this path, in this way, you can see that Krishna is inspiring. There are three considerations here: prescribed duties, capricious work, and inaction. See, these are Sanskrit terms. Does anyone recognize what are these Sanskrit terms?
Karma, vikarma.
Very nice. Hari Bol. Prescribed duties is what, Prabhu? Karma. Capricious work is vikarma. Inaction is akarma. So, prescribed duties which are to be done, proper duties, they are known as karma. Capricious work, which is whimsical work, which is disregarding scriptures, that is called as what? Vikarma. And inaction is what? Akarma. So these terms will come ahead. Here Prabhupada is just introducing them. They will come in the third chapter in detail. We will study there. So what is Krishna recommending here in Nishkam Karma Yoga? Is he recommending vikarma?
No.
Is he recommending inaction, nishkriya? Nothing. What is he recommending? Prescribed duties, karma. He's just going to ask Arjuna that, offer that to the Supreme Lord, that becomes Bhagavad Arpit. This way. So that's the philosophy of Nishkam Karma Yoga. You do karma as per Vedas, as per Vedic scriptures, but free from the desire to enjoy the results. So they may be free from desire to enjoy the results, but are they free from attachment to the work itself? To the work that they have attached. The Nishkam Karma Yogis, they are attached to the work that they will only do that work. Is this how the devotees lead their life? No. A devotee, if Guru wants him that you leave Kanai Desh and come to Damodar Desh, and Guru is instructing, kya devotee kya bolega? No, Guru Maharaj, my nature is to be in Kanai Desh only. Will he say like that? No. He will say, okay, I will. This is my Guru and he is instructing. So you see, that's how it is. He identifies himself primarily as what? Primarily as servant of Krishna. Yeah, Das, Dasanudas. This is his identification. Nishkam Karma Yogi's primary identification is not that. Although he knows Buddhi Yoga, the knowledge is there of Atma, but still the identification with Varnashrama is very strong. They will talk these things, Swadharme Nidhanam Shreya, Paradharma Bhayavaha, and all such things. That way. So that section does not apply to Bhakti Yoga. Swadharme Nidhanam Shreya and Paradharma Bhayavaha and all this. It is applying to Nishkam Karma Yoga. Bhakti Yogi will not speak like that. He wants to do what Guru instructs him to do, what Vaishnavas instruct him to do. Still, Guru also may not ask somebody to change his nature so much. Somebody is a Brahmana, Guru will be happy to engage him in Brahmana, but Guru may tell also. And the test is what the person is doing then. Is he ready to follow? If we are not ready to give up our attachment to the work, although Guru is instructing, then that is Karma Yoga mentality, little bit. It's not Bhakti Yoga mentality. That way. You understand? So, Gurus also know certain our natures and all. They will engage us accordingly only. But sometimes a Guru may tell also that you don't do like this, you do like this. So that time, surrender, Sharanagati. That's what defines the Bhakti Yoga. This way. As far as prescribed duties are concerned, they can be fitted into 3 subdivisions. Routine work, emergency work, and desired activities. Can you recognize what are these terms? Anyone? Routine work is Nitya Karma, emergency work is Naimittika Karma, and desired activities is Kamya Karma. So these are the various duties on the path of Nishkam Karma Yoga. They do Nitya Karma, which is routine work, like getting up in the morning, chanting Gayatri. This is all Nitya Karma. Emergency work, Naimittik Karma means karmas like Samskarat, Shraddha and all that. And Kamya Karma means when you have material desires, then you want to take them up. Fulfillment of material desires. That is Kamya Karma, desired activities. So can you tell me, on the path of Nishkam Karma Yoga, out of these 3, which all will be allowed? On the path of Nishkam Karma Yoga. Will the routine work be allowed?
Yes.
Nitya Karma, fine. Will the emergency work, Naimittik, will be allowed? Yes. The desired activity, Kamya Karma? No. So that's the path of Nishkam Karma Yoga. So same 3 duties are there on the path of Karma Kand also. But in Karma Kand, Kamya Karma will be allowed or not?
Yes.
In Karma Kand?
Yes.
You have to process. These terms may be new to you. So you have to slowly capture and process these things. Karma Kand, the materialistic desires, is there a scope or not there? Yes. It is there. So Kamya Karma, which means the desires for material enjoyment, and you perform some yagyas like that, will they do it or not?
Yes.
They will do it. Karma Kand is. Nishkam Karma Yogi, will they do it?
No.
No. But both of them will do 2 kinds of activities. What are they? Nitya karma, naimittik karma. Everybody will do. That even a bhakti yogi can also do. Nitya karma we also do. Get up in the morning, chant Gayatri and all that. Same way this naimittik karma. But do we do kamya karma?
No.
अश्वमेध यज्ञ चालू कर दिया किसने, like that, bhakta. Or somebody else, he wants to go to Swarga, Jyotishtome sacrifices, 5 bhakt milke, something like that. Will they do such things? They will not do such things. Sometimes the kings and all used to do Ashwamedh, like Yudhishthir Maharaj is doing. But what was the purpose? To go to heaven?
No.
Why would he do Ashwamedh and all?
To relieve from the sins of the war.
Yeah, like that was one purpose. But usually, even if suppose there was no war, so yeah, for the benefit of the subjects, to bring auspiciousness on the subjects, and then to declare his sovereignty to the whole world, that here is this Yudhishthir who is the king of the whole world, so that everybody accepts his sovereignty. So Kamya karma, even if they would do sometimes, but they did not have the desire for sense enjoyment. That's the point. So in Nishkam Karma Yoga, Prabhupada is talking all these things because in Nishkam Karma Yoga, these Kamya karmas are not performed. Nitya and Naimittik karma. Arjuna was therefore advised by the Lord to fight as a matter of duty without attachment to the result. His non-participation in the battle is another side of attachment. So as a devotee, these verses, no, you can take it to mean Bhakti Yoga aspects also for us. You may think like, हम लोगों को तो करना नहीं है निष्काम कर्म योगा, क्यों दिमाग खराब कर रहे हैं, right? So the point is, see, you have to know the opinions also, no? You have to know the differences very clearly, right? Because these are bona fide paths on the path of bhakti. Vishwan Chakravarti says a very nice thing in 3rd canto. He says, Jidnyasuna swamatam jneyam paramatam budhai. He says, those who are inquisitive people, they should know their own opinion, their own siddhanta nicely. But those who are Buddha, those who are intelligent, should know the other's opinion also. Paramatam budhai. बुद्ध लोगों के द्वारा तो दूसरे का मत भी जानना चाहिए. If you are jigyasu, inquisitive, at least you should know your own opinion nicely. Your own opinion means, you understand, no? Means which path for us?
Bhakti Yoga.
Bhakti Yoga. And what is the paramata? Others' opinion, others' path. Nishkam Karma Yoga, Karma Kand, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga. So he says that intelligent people will know even the others' paths, so that they can compare and contrast and have the glory of this path. Alright? So this is Nishkam Karma Yoga's path. He works without attachment to the actions. And the desire, the inspiration is purification of heart. Let my heart become free from desire to enjoy. Why? I want moksha. I want to merge in Brahman. Or he may want, this devotional moksha also possible. Such a person. So how does he act? That is spoken now in rest of the verses. Yogastaha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva.
Duty equipoised, O Arjuna, abandoning all attachment to success or failure. Such equanimity is called yoga.
That's it. Samatvam yoga uchyate. Yoga means what? Samatvam, equanimity. Krishna gives nice definitions of yoga in these 2-3 verses. So one definition of yoga, you see, Samatvam yoga uchyate, equanimity. Whether happiness or distress, whether happiness, distress, or something favorable, unfavorable, one remains equanimity, maintains the equanimity. Samatvam, like that. So, situated, yogastha, situated in this Nishkam Karma Yoga, Arjuna, please perform your karmas, giving up the attachments. Siddhi, asiddhi, If you can accomplish, or even if you can't accomplish, still samatvam. You have tried your best, you have studied, you got good marks, very nice. Even if you didn't get good marks, don't lose enthusiasm. Continue again. Because the duty itself is glorious, provided you have done it nicely. Otherwise, somebody starts saying, anyway, I did my duty. So, Papa, why you are worried about marks? Ma phaleshu kadachit. So, that is not right. That is bogus. You have to do your duty properly. It was not like Arjuna was saying, oh, Nishkam Karma Yoga Krishna, very nice. Don't be attached to the duty. So he is holding arrow like this. Ye baan Duryodhan ke naam. Where is Duryodhan? This side. Where is it? Don't be attached to the fruits. That is not the idea. The idea is you do the duty with full focus. Full focus. You are preparing for the exam, prepare with full focus. And in spite of that, you don't get the results. Okay. This is what Krishna desired probably. Alright. But my duty I have done, so Krishna is pleased by that. And sometimes we may not do our duty properly, and still Krishna mercifully gave us lot of marks. Then you should also remember, marks to mil gaye, lekin Krishna ne fail kar diya. Because Krishna saw how I worked. Still somehow mercifully he has given. But I didn't do my duty properly. That's how a devotee will see. Somehow Krishna is merciful. See, in this world, people, they don't want to be attached to duty. They are attached to the fruits. Sometimes they are attached to the fruits, even though when they don't perform the duty, right? Krishna is saying, you have the right to perform duty. लोगों को कैसा रहता है, you have right to the fruits, even though I have not done my duty. Right? Like they will go and sleep in the office. I mean, I'm not saying in general, when you say somebody is not doing any work, suppose, and not like some devotees may be expert that they do all the work and then they sleep. That is a different story. I'm not recommending that also. But I meant to say this is another. But you imagine sometimes what happens, even students, कुछ पढ़ाई नहीं की है और उनको लगता है somehow I should get marks. थोड़ा सा पढ़ के कुछ brilliant jiggers and all our days, brilliant jiggers, if you remember. Paper solutions were there and they would just read little bit and they would feel I should get all the results. So it's opposite. Ma phaleshu kadachit. So they want all the phala, but they don't want to do the duty this way. And devotees, how they may be lazy intelligent. They may do the task and do quickly, finish it off, so they are entitled to the fruits, and then they may use rest of the time for Krishna's service. That's perfect. That is fine. So point is this, that the duty aspect, that is itself very, very valuable. That should be seen as valuable. Usually world judges everything in fruits. Whether you, like boss will never think like that, right? Mahaphaleshu kadachin. ठीक है, you didn't solve the problem, no problem. You tried, it's good. They will not say like that. But Krishna is appreciating that aspect. That if you have tried, if you have done your duty, it's glorious. Provided you have done it nicely. Like Arjuna also. After he accepted, then how he was fighting. He was not fighting like this, shooting arrows in the air. He was taking the aim. Fought fiercely. Because now he is fighting with the right inspiration, the greatest inspiration to please Krishna. So samatvam yoga uchyate. Yoga means equanimity, Krishna says. Arjuna is a Kshatriya and as such he is participating in Varnashrama Dharma institution. See, we talked about Nishkam Karma Yoga means what is their process? Varnashrama Dharma. This way. But Prabhupada writes everything in Bhakti process. No one should satisfy himself as the rule in the material world, but one should satisfy Krishna. Unless one satisfies Krishna, one cannot correctly observe the principles of Varnashrama Dharma. So Prabhupada speaks in terms of especially Bhakti process, everything, for satisfaction of Krishna. That way. The Varnashrami people, Nishkam Karma Yogis, they offer everything to Krishna, but they may not so much be conscious like devotees that they want to please Krishna and all. They say, this is my duty and I offer it to the Lord. Vishnu, Krishna Arpanam, Vishnu Arpanam, like that. But for a devotee, it's not just offering to the Lord. It is what? What he is concerned with? Is it just that we offer everything to Krishna? What are we concerned with?
With love and devotion.
With love and devotion. So that Krishna is
Satisfied.
happy, pleased, satisfied. That's the major factor in bhakti. So Nishkam Karma Yogi may do everything very perfectly, spick and span, that way. But this attitude of Krishna should be pleased, that's not there so much. While bhakta, in fact, bhakti is so glorious, sometimes some bhaktas, they may not be able to put some, they may not be able to follow some good standard also, but bhakti is like so glorious, Krishna will accept that also. What is the example? Sudama. He brought that poha. Now that poha is not a very, it's not like some,
It's not palatable.
it's a very palatable dish or something like that. It's not like pancakes of Motherji or something like that. But then poha, that Sudama's poha, Krishna just snatched. He said, tell me what you got. You got this. He give. And he ate one morsel. And Krishna was like so ecstatic. He said, I'm giving this Sudama entire wealth of the heavens. Second morsel he took. He said, I'm giving Sudama the opulence of all the, all the pleasure of Brahman and anything, whatever at that extent. And he was about to take third morsel. And then Rukmani stopped. She said, this one morsel of poha is pleasing you so much. Now if you take next morsel, I have to become maid servant of Sudama. This much you are becoming indebted to him. Abhi next to mujhe hi jana padega fir. So that's why she stopped Krishna. She said, my Lord, enough. Not that she doesn't want to serve Lord's devotee, but then she's also, the chaste wife of the Lord, and she wants, she also sees that Krishna's stomach is so delicate, and if he takes this coarse poha so much, she felt that he may not find it little difficult to digest and all. But then internally, she was also thinking like this. Trailokya Lakshmi he will give now. He has become so much pleased by that. So you see, this sort of attitude is there in Nishkam Karma Yoga. No, it's a more detached kind of offering to Krishna. It's not like this. In bhakti, everything is about love. Love. Everything Krishna wants to offer with bhakti, with love. Here it is more formal. They will do everything Krishna Arpanam. Like that. We offer it to Krishna. Durena hyavaram karma buddhi yoga dhananjaya buddhau sharanam anvicha kripana phala hetavah. Please read.
O Dhananjaya, keep all abominable activities far distant by devotional service, and in that consciousness surrender unto the Lord. Those who want to enjoy the fruits of their work are misers.
Yeah. So Krishna says, my dear Arjuna, buddhi yogat, by dint of this buddhi yoga, keep the abominable karma away. Buddhau sharanam anvicha. What should you do? You surrender unto the Lord, Prabhupada writes, because Prabhupada is explaining everything in terms of Bhakti Yoga. Here, Buddhau Sharanam Anvicha, literally karma, within Nishkam Karma Yoga, it means that, do everything by taking shelter of that knowledge of Atma, thinking that I am Atma, I am the spirit soul, and I want to get rid of this attachment of body. I want to be on the platform of soul. That is Buddhau Sharanam Anvicha. Kripanaha phala hetavaha. Those who desire the phala, fruits, they are what? Misers, kripanas. So interestingly now, if Krishna is saying, those who are attached to the fruits, they are misers. And that's why by Buddhi Yoga, keep the abominable karma away. Keep the abominable avaram karma, right? How does Prabhupada says abominable activities? So what is that path of abominable karma? Who wants to tell? See, Krishna is saying, by Buddhi Yoga, keep all the abominable activity away. And he says, why? Because those who are attached to the fruits are misers. So, what is that abominable activity that he is speaking?
The one which is not prescribed by the Vedic injunctions.
Okay, one that is not prescribed by Vedic injunction. So, you meant to say vikarma? Vikarma. Okay, what more? Anybody else? What is that abominable activity that Krishna is saying? अवरम कर्म. बुद्धि योग के द्वारा तुम अवर कर्म दूर रखो. Why? क्योंकि जो फल को आसक्त होते हैं वे बड़े कंजूस या माइजरली है, कृपण है. Fruitive activities, very nice. Here the avaram karma, the abominable activity is actually the fruitive activity, the path of karma. So naturally that would mean vikarma would be included in that, Prabhu. But basically he is talking about fruitive activity.
It's only sense gratification.
It's sense gratification. So what happens? This verse becomes the cause of Arjuna's confusion. The next chapter's confusion starts with this verse. Like you said now, right now I asked this question, right? What is avaram karma here? So fruitive activity. But Arjuna thinks that fighting is the avaram karma. Arjuna thinks fighting the battle is the abominable activity. So he interprets this verse of Krishna to mean by dint of Buddhi Yoga, stay away from the abominable work called fighting. Arjuna understands it like that. And that's why in the next chapter he begins by saying, Krishna, you told me to stay away from abominable work of fighting. But at the same time, you are saying me to fight also. तदेकम वद निश्चित्य ये न श्रेयो हम आपनोया. भाई कुछ एक बोलो भाई. ये क्या है? दोनों चीजें. व्यामिश्रेणे व वाक्य बुद्धि मोहयसी व मैं. ये ऐसे व्यामिश्र वचन कह के मेरी बुद्धि को क्यों मोहित करता? बट भगवान ने व्यामिश्र वाक्य किया क्या? Has he spoken any statements like that? By avaram karma, by abominable activity, does he mean fighting here? He doesn't mean fighting. He means what? Fruitive activity. He means being attached to the sense enjoyment like that. So try to understand this, because these verses, no, they become then the next. They generate the next chapter practically. So then why that confusion is arising? It is arising from this verse actually. So we may think I am understanding, how is not Arjuna understanding? No, that is because Arjuna is put into bewilderment. That's why he is speaking like that. It's not that he doesn't understand. So in this way, as already explained, Buddhi Yoga means transcendental loving service to the Lord. What is the meaning of Buddhi Yoga? So Prabhupada explains everything in terms of what? Bhakti Yoga. Yeah. Such devotional service is the right course of action for the living entity. So yes, all these verses, they are also applying perfectly to Bhakti Yoga. They can be applied to perfectly to Bhakti Yoga. Buddhi yukto jahatiha ubhe sukrita dushkrite tasmat yogaya yujjasva yoga karmasu kaushalam. This is another definition of yoga. Previously, how did Krishna define yoga? Samatvam, equanimity is yoga. Now you see, this is beautiful definition. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. Yoga is the art of doing work. So you see, read the translation.
A man engaged in devotional service rids himself of both good and bad reactions even in this life. This was strike for yoga, which is the art of all work.
Yeah. So art of all work. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. What is yoga? Yoga means that one knows how to act. See, sometimes people say, work is worship. How would Prabhupada retort that when somebody said work is worship? What would Prabhupada say, If somebody said work is worship, Swamiji, work is worship. Prabhupada said, if work is worship, then donkey is the greatest pujari. Because he is the best worshipper then. If the work is worship. Prabhupada said, no, work is not worship. You have to know how to make your work into worship. Beautiful, no?
Yes.
Yeah. You have to know how to make work into worship. And that is yoga. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. Art of making your work into worship is called yoga. That way. So, the art is that you perform that work for the pleasure of Krishna. And you take it as service to Krishna. So, as a grihastha, we may be working in outside world, but if our consciousness is like this, that this is for pleasure of Krishna, this is to maintain the family of Krishna, so then it will become devotional service. Perfect.
Can you please repeat what you said? You said if work is worship, donkey is the best worker. After that you said?
Best worshipper.
What's that, sir?
Work is worship.
Yeah.
Because donkey does the maximum work,
Yes.
so then he becomes the greatest worshipper. He is the best pujari.
How's that?
Because work is worship, no?
Okay, that.
Work is worship.
Yeah.
That way.
And then after that, what you said?
देखो वर्क इज वर्शिप मतलब क्या, कार्य ही पूजा है, तो फिर सबसे बड़ा पुजारी कौन? गधा सबसे बड़ा पुजारी.
After that, Prabhu said,
Like
how
that.
to make work into worship.
Yeah. So Prabhupada, when he was said that work is worship, Prabhupada said, no, work is not worship. You have to know how to make work into your worship. So we were talking that what is the way to make work into worship? What's the way? Yeah, yoga. If you know that how to connect it to Krishna. What does the word yoga mean? By definition, what is yoga? Connection. Addition, plus, union, plus, connecting. That's called yoga. So what is the connection? Electrical connection.
Connection between us and the
Supreme Lord. Very nice. So if you connect Lord and the Jiva, that's called yoga.
Sorry, this is slightly a different doubt. There are various words in Sanskrit which have different meaning in different contexts.
Context.
Right, Prabhuji? So,
Absolutely.
So if we have to understand it clearly, how do we do it? For example, earlier verse we saw yoga means equanimity. Now we are seeing yoga is the art of doing work. Then we have yoga means connection.
Yeah.
So is it fair to appreciate that it is very contextual, these meanings are very contextual?
Okay, good question. See, the words have two kinds of meaning primarily. One is called as etymological meaning. It is called, there also the Sanskrit word is yogartha. Yoga comes there also. One is etymological, based on how that word is formed, etymological meaning. And second is the contextual meaning of the word. Like literally speaking, what does the word mobile mean? Mobile, which is moving. But when I say, is the mobile there in your pocket? What does it mean?
The mobile phone.
The phone. So, mobile words, yogartha, the etymological meaning is that which moves. But mobile words meaning which is contextual is what? The phone. So similarly, the words are also like that. When I say yoga means plus, union, connection, that is which meaning? Etymological or contextual? It is etymological meaning. But when you say samatvam or the art of doing work, these are all contextual meanings. So these meanings, Prabhu, may show the aspects like what is the understanding in yoga, what is the functionality in yoga, how does one function in yoga, in that Nishkam Karma Yoga or Bhakti Yoga, yoga in general, connecting with Supreme. So you understand, these sort of other definitions, no Prabhu, they may show the functional aspect there. You got it?
Yes.
Yeah, very nice. Okay. Alright, so this is how Krishna is saying the art of doing work. So only work, that's not useful. You have to make your work into worship by doing it for pleasure of Krishna. Or for Nishkam Karma Yogi, he does it as offering to the Supreme Lord. He does it for the pleasure of, he does it as a duty. This is my duty. I should not be attached. For Nishkam Karma Yogi. For Bhakta, he will do it as for the pleasure of Krishna. This way. So in this way, he becomes free from Sukruta and Dushkruta. He becomes free from pious activities. He becomes free from sinful activities. Both. He becomes free from all bondage. Like Nishkam Karma Yoga, will it generate any bondage? Does it generate bondage? Nishkam Karma Yoga? It doesn't. Bhakti Yoga, does it generate bondage? Jnana Yoga, does it generate bondage? No. Jnana Yoga also doesn't generate bondage. We will talk about it. Ashtanga Yoga, does it generate bondage? No. Karma Kand? Yes. So, all other paths don't generate bondage.
Because there is karma sannyas in that.
Karma sannyas in that. So why should it generate bondage? Got it? Very nice. So that's how. So finally these Nishkam Karma Yogis achieve the highest goal that is spoken by Krishna. Karmajam buddhi yukta hi phalam tyaktva manishinaha janma bandha vinirmukta padam gacchantya namayam. See, this is the goal that they achieve. Yes.
Thus, engaging in devotional service to the Lord, great sages or devotees free themselves from the results of work in the material world.
Can this be
In
made
this way, they
little
become free
hot?
from the cycle of birth
I'm
and
having
death
some
and
throat
attain the
issue,
escape
so-
beyond all miseries by going back to God.
Drinkable. Yes. Thank you. Yeah. So, Karmajam buddhi yukta hi. So in this way, buddhi yukta, those who are equipped with this intelligence, meaning followers of Nishkam Karma Yoga, what do? Phalam tyaktva, giving up the attachment to the fruits of action, becoming free from janma bandha vinirmukta, they becoming free from the bondage, they attain padam gacchanti anamayam. They attain the anamaya pada, meaning they go to, they achieve moksha, they achieve liberation. Such people. So their achieving perfection is spoken by Krishna. That's all. That's all the verse is saying, nothing more. Yada te moha kalilam buddhir vyatitarishyati tada gantasi nirvedam shrotavyasya srutasya cha. Yes.
When your intelligence has passed out of the dense forest of delusion, you shall become indifferent to all that has been heard and all that is to be heard.
Hare Krishna. So this is a very enigmatic verse now. It is said, see, Krishna sometimes speaks like Upanishads in Gita also, because Gita is also Upanishad, Gita Upanishad. So Krishna also speaks in enigmatic words, like that. Like he is speaking here. Yada te moha kalilam buddhir vyatitarishyati. When your intelligence will cross over that dense forest of illusion, then you will become transcendental to what that was heard and what is to be heard. अभी क्या समझ रहा है इससे? You are understanding anything? When your intelligence will cross over the dense forest of illusion. What is this dense forest? Sharman forest or what? Which forest it is? Detached from what is heard and what is to be heard. Sometimes this Upanishads speak like this also. Upanishadic language is also like that. There is a man and he has 3 wives. One wife has a color of red, another wife is yellow, and third wife is black. And somehow he is attached to black wife the most. And you may say, black? Looks like he should be attached to the yellow golden one, right? Why is he attached to the black wife? Like that. And that's how the Upanishad is speaking. You know what the talk is about? You know that also. The talk, the whole context is Prabhuji. The man is Jiva and RYB is 3 modes. The red wife, yellow wife and black wife is 3 modes of material nature. That's the talk. Satagun, Rajagun, Tamagun. But it will speak like this in such a way, वो लगेगा क्या बात हो रहा है इधर? Because it is meant for the jnanis, no? So they enjoy. You talk very straight to a jnani, he doesn't relish. Usko he can apply his intelligence. If it is, so bhakti becomes very simple for him, although it is not simple. But usko लगता है क्या करना है? Just chant Hare Krishna. That's all. Just you try chanting Hare Krishna like a red monkey, right? You try chanting, then you will forget all Vedanta here. But they feel like too simple it is. So what is to be done? What is Krishna? Yeah, you have to just worship Krishna, and that's it. Please him. That's all. That's all. Like they will feel. So they want the Upanishadic, forest of delusion or illusion, whatever you want to call it. So what is this verse? What is Krishna saying? Moha Kalilam. Kalila means forest. Moha means illusion. Ye kya hai ye forest of illusion? Anybody wants to tell? What it is? When you will cross over, when your intelligence will cross over the forest of illusion, you will become free from what is heard and what is to be heard. So this forest of illusion is the Karma Kand. The Karma Kand section of the Vedas, where there is so much attachment, where there is so much glorification of the sense enjoyment, attachments to the fruit of action, this, that. So Krishna is saying that same Yamimam Pushpitam Vacham. You remember those verses? Yes. Where Krishna condemned the Karma Kand? So he is saying, Arjuna, fight for the sake of fighting. Don't fight for the attachment to the fruits. So once your intelligence crosses over these sections of the Vedas which glorify the fruits, then you will come to this beautiful path of Nishkam Karma Yoga, where you will become detached to whatever is heard and what is to be heard. So whatever is heard is all the glories of Karma Kand that you have heard. And whatever is to be heard is whatever further glories of Karma Kand that you will hear from others. So you will not be influenced by any people. He wants to say that. Like it is something like this, that as a devotee also, once we hear the glory of Krishna, Bhakti and all, so people may speak so much about sense enjoyment. Does it delight us? We feel like... And many people in the future will also speak about sense enjoyment. Will it delight? No. So you become detached to whatever was heard and whatever is to be heard. So that's what Krishna is saying here. Moha Kalilam here is that dense forest of sense enjoyment. So see, whole everywhere in Gita, see the primary in this section, in the first section, Krishna compares every time with Karma Kand and shows that how sense enjoyment, the desire for sense enjoyment, it is bogus. Don't fight for result. Don't fight for result. Fight for my pleasure. Fight for duty, like that. So the frame of reference of comparison is most of the times what? Karma Kand. Karma Kand means, you understand, sense gratificatory desires. Because he is saying, why is Arjuna so attached to not fighting? Because he is thinking only about himself. Yeah, he's thinking not fighting is, it is pleasurable for me. So Krishna is saying, don't think about your pleasure and this, that. What you should do is, what is the duty that should be done. So
is it not also a respect towards his guru and his grandfather?
Yeah, but that aspect we saw, no? That there is respect towards grandfather or the guru and all that. But if they are on the adharma side, if they are fighting from the adharma side, so then showing that respect, is that greater aspect? or because they are adharmic side, so fighting the war is greater aspect. So that's Krishna's point. In fact, Krishna says finally that, finally I want you to fight the battle. You may go on arguing, saying this, that, but finally I want you to fight the battle because this is my desire. So that's Sarva Dharman Parityaj. वहाँ पे तो सारा argument फिर खत्म हो गया. This is how Krishna is doing. But before that he gives many arguments. He say you feel you will incur sin, but I am telling you path of Nishkam Karma Yoga. Where will you incur any sin? No sin only, no bondage only. अभी बोलो, अब क्या problem है fight करने के लिए? So you understand? Like that he keeps on countering arguments. So especially Nishkam Karma Yoga, the description of that is countering the argument of the sinful reactions. Arjuna is varamvar कह रहे हैं ना, he is saying, if I kill the guru, I will become sinful. Papam evam ashrayet, whole papa will come. So he is saying, I am saying you act on Nishkam Karma Yoga. If you act on Nishkam Karma Yoga, will it generate any bondage? Will it generate any papa? Will it generate any punya? No, no papa, no punya. So that's how he is saying this way. So the aspect of Dharma Yuddha where they take Adharma's side, that's a big problem. That's why Krishna doesn't want Arjuna to accept such things like their guru, their teachers, or like. Alright. So finally, see Krishna, Prabhupada is saying, when a person factually understands Krishna and his relationship with Krishna, he naturally becomes completely indifferent to the rituals of fruitive activities. Got it? Kya hai moha kalilam? What is the forest of illusion?
Fruitive activities.
Karma kand, fruitive activities, doing things for sense enjoyment. Even though an experienced Brahmana. So devotees become completely detached from these fruitive activities. Like he is quoting one Madhavendra Puri's very famous prayer. Sandhya vandana bhadramastu bhavato bhosnana tubhyam namo bho deva pitarascha tarpana vidhau naham kshama kshamyatam yatra kvapi nishadya yadava kulottamasya kam sadvisha smaram agham haramita manne ki manne name. This is a meter called Shardul Vikridit. So here he is telling that whatever that even the some aspects of Nitya Karma, Naimittik Karma, like the Karma Kandis do, a Vaishnava becomes transcendental to that also. Some aspects he will do, but some particular aspects of Karma Kand, Vaishnava doesn't have to even do those. If he is practicing Bhakti, then Bhakti itself will do those aspects, right? So by practicing Bhakti, many of our obligations to demigods and other devatas and all, they are taken care. We don't have to worry about those aspects like Kula Daivata and such aspects. By practicing Bhakti, it will be taken care. So here also, in fact, here Madhavendra Puri is praying to much higher. He is saying even Sandhya Vandhanam, mujhe chhod do aap. He is saying to Sandhya Vandhan also. Because he is constantly 24 hours chanting Hare Krishna. If somebody is chanting 24 hours Hare Krishna, then for him Sandhya Vandanam also is okay, even if he doesn't do. But we shouldn't do. We are sadhakas. We should do on time all this Sandhya Vandanam and everything. These are like very great devotees. You know Madhavendra Puri, right? He was like always constantly crying out for Krishna. He is a Premi Bhakta. So they have gone beyond all rules and regulations. But a sadhaka is never beyond rules and regulations. He should follow. But these are like muktas, they are like liberated souls. They have such love of Godhead that it doesn't matter. Like a Premi Bhakta, if he comes in temple, he has so much love towards deity, he may just run towards the deity. Like Lord Chaitanya. So, as soon as you enter temple, you should offer obeisances. So is this aparadh that Lord Chaitanya doing? Will it be considered aparadh? No. Why will it not be considered aparadh?
Because he's already in the platform of Prema.
Exactly, because he's already on the platform Prema Bhakti. So at that level, the rules and regulations, even if they are followed or not followed, doesn't matter because he's already achieved perfection. Krishna is going to be so happy to see that devotee, isn't it? But that's not how a sadhaka lives his life. Sadhaka should practice strictly the rules. We should not imitate that. Otherwise, tomorrow we start imitating Krishna, like that. Then the Shiksha Guru will say, go first, offer obeisances. Go there and offer obeisances. Right? Like in Vrindavan, sometimes we see people, they will come and Krishna Balram are there in altar. They will be like, oh. So we have to say, please, little distance you maintain. Pata nahi jaake wo embrace kar dega DT ko, like that. They are there, many are there like that. They come and they are going so close, like abhi Krishna ke gaal ko bas aise karenge, like that. So then you have to tell them that please keep some distance that way. Not that we are judging them, but sometimes somebody may be imitating also. Because you see other times those people doing some other things also this way. So great liberated souls, they go beyond all the rules and regulations. That's what Prabhupada is speaking from here. So they may not be so much attached to all karmakandi sort of things because they have already become transcendental. They have gone to Bhakti platform. So we may not follow karmakanda's rituals so much, but Bhakti's rules regulations we should follow. Like in Bhakti we have rules and regulations, right? We chant 16 rounds, we follow 4 negative principles, we offer bhoga in a certain way, we offer arati. There we should not become transcendental. Bhagwan, aaj prem se aapko sirf ek baar bhoga. Today only once. And next day, Bhagwan, today I am feeling 7 times bhoga. And then third day, again 0, no bhoga, not like that. So we should have some rule, regulation. If we go out, so then that standard also we should set. We should promise to Krishna that Krishna, when I am here, I will follow this standard. When I am not here, then this is the standard. We speak and promise and then we follow it. Like that to the deities also. We shouldn't be very whimsical with the deities. Aaj ye kar diya, tomorrow change the timing only, third day change the number of bhoga only. Not like that. Deity means punctuality and cleanliness. These are the 2 important things. Everything punctual, whatever standard you decide. If you have decided standard of only once bhoga, fine, but punctual then. And second is cleanliness. It should be very clean also. And the altar should be extremely clean and the ingredients and all that. This way. So these 2 things in deity worship are fundamentally important.
So the concept of sahajiyas banned.
Exactly. Concept of sahajiyas where they're not qualified, still they feel they don't have to follow any rules. That's bogus. So we don't have to judge great pure devotees, but at the same time we should know that we are not on that level. We are in Vaidhi Sadhan Bhakti, so we should follow the Vidhi. So Prabhupada says, the Vedic rites and rituals are imperative for neophytes. Like doing Sandhya Vandanam, taking a bath early in the morning and other things. But when one is fully in Krishna consciousness and is engaged in transcendental loving service, one becomes indifferent to all these regulative principles. Because he has already achieved perfection. So for perfection devotee, it is fine. Because he already has love. So anything he does, Krishna will be happy. But not with us, because we have to follow the rules and regulations. This is a Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. Alright. Shruti Vipratipannate Yada Sthyasyati Nischala Samadha Vachala Buddhis Tada Yogam Avapsyasi. Yes.
When your mind is no longer disturbed by the flowery language of the Vedas, and when it remains fixed in the trance of self-realization, then you will have attained the divine consciousness.
So, flowery language of the Vedas. Again, karmakant, sense gratification. So Krishna wants Arjuna to fight with detachment. He wants him to give up this attachment to his mind and senses and the ideas that he has. This is good, this is bad, I will not fight. Krishna considers all that at the level of karma kand, actually. He is not considering it at any higher level than karma kand. Because it is indeed like that. It is Arjuna's own mind and senses. Whatever is pleasing, he feels he wants to do that. So, in this way, this is perfection. When mind is no longer disturbed by flowery language and it remains fixed in self-realization, samadha, samadhau achala buddhi. When your buddhi, intelligence becomes fixed in samadhi, so then one has to be said to be attained the divine consciousness. Meaning this is perfection of yoga, perfection of nishkam karma yoga. This is. So Prabhupada writes in terms of Krishna consciousness, he says, to say that one is in samadhi means to say that one has fully realized Krishna consciousness. Very powerful. He continues the Krishna conscious track. You have seen? He is continuing that track. In every purport he keeps that. Krishna consciousness. Because does this verse apply to Krishna consciousness or not? It does apply. Are the devotees influenced by flowery language of the Vedas? No. So that's why it's perfect what he is doing. So you, in Bhagavad Gita study, you keep this approach. You know the Krishna's thought process there, and you also understand what is Acharya speaking there. So Acharya, in this way you see, he is giving this section clearly as Krishna consciousness. And that's why Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita had such an impact. Because people always saw that that's the conclusion of Gita. Become bhakta, become a devotee. This way. Fine. So because this last verse spoke about the self-realization, samadhi, the perfection of self-realization, so Arjuna asks about what are the symptoms of somebody who is self-realized. That's the last topic now. He asks what are the symptoms of one who is self-realized. So this self-realized soul can apply to bhakti yogi, or it can apply also to nishkam karma yoga. Somebody who has achieved perfection in nishkam karma yoga. That is called, such a person is called sthita prajna. His intelligence is completely fixed. But can this apply to bhakti process? Yes. It can also apply to bhakti process. So Arjuna asks questions about such a person's symptoms. He asks 4 questions, and Arjuna gets the answers by Krishna in 4 sections. So let us see these 4 questions and let us see this section also. I'm going to complete this section and stop today. Okay. So let's go. Sthita Arjuna Vacha Sthita Pragyasya ka bhasha Samadhisthasya Keshava Sthitadhi kim prabhasheta Kimasit vajeta kim. Yes.
Krishna said, O Krishna, are the symptoms of one whose consciousness is thus merged in transcendence? How does he speak and what is his language? How does he sit and how does he walk?
So these are the questions of Arjuna. You can see the questions are here. Just a second. What is that? Yes. Arjuna asks 4 questions about Sthita Pragya, one in divine consciousness, means self-realized soul, one who has achieved perfection in Nishkam Karma Yoga or Bhakti Yoga. So what are Arjuna's 4 questions? General symptoms. First and foremost, he asks Sthita Prajnasya ka bhasha. So this bhasha means paribhasha. What is the definition? What is the symptom of a Sthita Pragya? So this is first question. General symptom. And this is answered in 2.55 verse. One verse Krishna immediately answers. What is paribhasha kya hai sthita pragya ki? What's the definition? What's the defining symptom? Second, how does he speak? It is answered in 2 verses, 56, 57. How does he sit? See, by this, how does he speak? Does it mean, does he speak French or Russian? Or does he speak Sanskrit? Or does he speak fast or slow? And does he speak like bhad 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 bhad? Or does he speak like you will take a prasadam break and come back? Does he mean that? How does he sit? Does he sit quickly or slowly? How does he walk? Is it some Mr. Universe or Miss Universe contest? How do they walk? Right, they're walking. Is that what Krishna is asking? हाथी की तरह चलता है कि चींटी की तरह? No. These words mean something. How does he speak? Means when reversal come in his life or when happiness come in his life, how does he deal with that? What do you hear from his mouth when some distress come in his life? वो क्या बोलता है वो? How does he respond to that situation? That's the meaning of how does he speak. When distress come, does he say, Krishna को कोई दूसरा मिला नहीं? He is putting everything on me only. Does he speak like that? Or does he speak, मेरा तो नसीब ही खराब है. Wherever I go, even Krishna cannot save me. Does he speak like that? I am such a hopeless entity. How does he speak? What is his consciousness? How does he sit? This is very interesting. What does this mean? How does he sit means, how does he control his mind and senses? When some, undesirable inputs come to the senses, sense gratificatory inputs come to the senses, like eyes see something which should not be seen, ears hear something which should not be heard, the tongue wants to taste something which is forbidden. So how does he control that? That is called sitting. Like a tortoise, how does it sit? It takes the limbs inside and sits. तो भक्त कैसे बैठता है वो? How does he control his senses? And then how does he walk means when he has to engage senses, then how does he utilize? That's the meaning of how does he walk. So sitting and walking, you are understanding? When he wants to control the senses from undesirable things, how does he do that? And when he engages his senses, how does he do that? That's the question that Arjuna is asking. What is his consciousness? When he sees sense objects, is it like he goes panicky? Maya, Or does he know? He sees the Maya is there. How does he act? So that's what is being asked over here. Ka bhasha? Symptoms. Kim prabhashet? How does he respond? Actual question. This is the question actually. Kim asit? How does one not act in this world? How does he control his senses? And finally, how does one walk? How does one act in this world? How does he engage his senses? So that's the 4 questions that he is asking. So you see Krishna starts answering. So Prabhupada says, you can know symptoms of every man by like somebody is diseased, then you can understand the symptoms, right? How can you understand a diseased man? Yeah, by bodily features, by his face, by his overall demeanor, talk. A diseased man, you will see that he seems to be diseased. A rich man, you can understand by his symptoms, right? He's a rich man, looks right, like that. Sometimes somebody may be rich but very stingy. फटा हुआ कुर्ता लेके घूम रहा है. You may not realize that he is so rich. But in general, otherwise, rich people means you understand, oh, he is rich. Like that. Learned man also has his symptom. By learned man symptoms. So similarly, Prabhupada says Arjuna is asking the symptoms of who is the self-realized soul. And very nice. Most important is how the man in Krishna consciousness speaks. For speech is the most important quality of any man. It is said that a fool is undiscovered as long as he does not speak. And certainly a well-dressed fool cannot be identified unless he speaks. But as soon as he speaks, he reveals himself at once.
Cat is out of the bag.
Yeah, exactly. Cat is out of the bag. So, somebody may look like a very learned man. Swamiji sits like this, moan. But as soon as Swamiji opens up his mouth, then you understand what is Swamiji's level. Like that. Like sometimes these Nagas and all, they come, or sometimes even other sadhus. So they follow Mauna. Mauna. So somebody may feel, Mauna. 20 days he is on Mauna. So Prabhupada would say he probably doesn't have anything to speak. That's why he's keeping Mauna. Or sometimes they may keep Mauna, but then they have a slate. I have seen in Vrindavan also. Or slate pe likhenge, Tamaku hai kya? And he will write like that, Tambaku, tobacco. He will say, Tambaku hai kya? What they say? Tambaku only, right? At least in Vrindavan they say, like that. Aise bole. And then he will write, Khane ko milega kya? Like that. So he may be keeping quiet, but all consciousness is Tambaku. And the consciousness is in food or like that, right? So he may be looking like a Mauni Baba. So he is not doing Prajalpa, he is writing Prajalpa. Somebody may be writing Prajalpa. You know Prajalpa, right? Prajalpa is non-Krishna conscious talk. So that's why Maun, that is not the criterion. You have to see the gravity of the speech. What does the person, what is the quality of his speech? Can he speak on the basis of Shastra? Can he speak the idea which is spoken by tradition, by acharyas, by Prabhupada, by scripture? That is the great speech. The immediate symptom of a Krishna conscious man is that he speaks only of Krishna. I clicked on that. He speaks only of Krishna. Yeah. And of matters relating to him. So that's very important. Krishna conscious speech has to be grave, Krishna conscious. So immediately, see, Bhagavan starts answering. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Prajahati Yada Kaman Sarvan Partha Manogatan Atmannevatmana Tushtah Sthita Prajnastadocchate. Yes.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O Partha, when a man gave up all varieties of desire for sense gratification, which arise from mental concoction, and when his mind thus purified finds satisfaction in the self alone, then he is said to be in pure transcendental consciousness.
Yes. So this verse is answering what question? Bhasha. Bhasha means, I said, take it as paribhasha. Paribhasha means definition. So what's the definition? What's the symptom of the self-realized soul? So Krishna says immediately, Prajahati yada kaman sarvan, one who has given up all desires for sense gratification. See, first symptom of self-realized soul is he has given up all the desires for sense gratification. Sarvan kaman, jahati means gives up. He gives up all desires for sense gratification. What about the desires for serving Krishna? They are there or not? They are there. Atmannevatmana tushtah. He is satisfied within. He is not running about objects of this world. So such a person is known as Sthita Prajna Stadocchate. He is called Sthita Prajna. Sthita means fixed. Prajna means intelligence. One who has a fixed, established intelligence. So these symptoms are being spoken about self-realized soul. They are not speaking about sadhaka. This is a perfected being. Okay. We can take inspiration from this because we also want to become like that. But point is, these symptoms are being spoken about self-realized soul. So that's why it is mentioned, he does not have any desire for sense gratification because he has achieved that perfection and he is completely satisfied within. So we should take these symptoms as a matter of cultivation, that this is what we want to become. But we are sadhaka and this is siddha. You understand siddha? Siddha means perfected. Sadhaka means practitioner. Practitioner versus perfected. So this is perfected person being spoken about. Like that. So Prabhupada says, one has to give up all kinds of sense desires. Such sense desires cannot be stopped. But if one engages in Krishna consciousness, then we see that all such desires can be gotten rid of. So that's the general symptom, that's the definition. Now he will answer the next question. What is the next question?
How does he respond?
How does he respond? How does he speak? Kim prabhashet? Dukkheshvanu anudvignamana Sukheshu vigata sprahah Vitaraga bhaya krodhah Sthitadhir munir uchchate. Yes.
One who is not
Disturbed in mind.
mind even amidst the threefold motions or irritated when there is happiness and who is free from attachment, fear and anger is called a stage of steady mind.
Yeah. So, how does he act? How does he respond? When the difficulties come or the happy situations come. Dukkheshu anudvignamana. When the dukkha comes, misery, he is anudvigna, he is not distressed. Sukheshu vigata spruha. And when the happiness comes, he is free from the desire that, oh, more and more it should come. I got this, I should get more. I should get more. And when the miseries come, he is not like distressed. Why me? Why me, Krishna? So many are there, you can go to him. Send the suffering to them. Why me? Why? Because vitaraga bhaya krodha. He has become free from attachment, free from fear, free from anger, lust, greed, everything. So the question was, how does he respond? So how does he respond? When the misery comes in his life, is he distressed? Anudvigna. He says that this must be my karma, which Krishna has given minimized. Like that boy was cutting sabji, hippie boy, and then his finger got cut and Prabhupada was giving class. He said, Prabhupada, if I was cutting sabji for Krishna, why my finger got cut? He's asking Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, you fool, your throat was to be cut. Krishna spared with finger. Krishna's cutting sabji. So Krishna indeed actually reduces our karma in bhakti. When we get some misery, we should think, my God, something terrible was supposed to happen. I got, by Krishna's mercy only. Sometimes devotees meet accident and they break the leg or break hand and all. Yeah, probably we were supposed to meet a terrible end or something. Krishna is saying, now this fellow has become devotee. I'll give token reaction just little bit so that he becomes serious. This is a fact. Krishna minimizes the reactions and gives the severity. Yeah. Why? Because you have become a reformed man now. You are reforming like that. So Krishna considers that. So something terrible was supposed to happen probably. Krishna is giving something very less. And when happiness comes, he feels, actually, I didn't even deserve this, but this is Krishna's mercy. He's giving me so much success. Why? Because I'm just trying to serve his devotees. So he's giving me so much by that aspect. Like that. So like that, this person, Sukheshu vigata spraha, he doesn't think I deserve it. Come on, I deserve more. Why Krishna is not giving? Not like that. He's free from that attachment and all. Such person is known as Sthitadhir Muni. He is the steady sage. So one is Sthitadhir Muni and one is a regular Muni. Muni means one who always has a different opinion. That is called a Muni. The word Muni. But this person is said Sthitadhir Muni, which means his intelligence is very, very fixed. So that's it. That's all. Nothing much more to discuss. But very difficult to practice, right? It is a very easy to speak verse. But when the actual difficulties come in life, we see that bhale bhale bhi pani pi jate hai. Right? So that time to express this gratitude towards Krishna and all, it takes a caliber of certain level of bhakti. Like Prabhupada's entire business completely went off. And he was becoming a good businessman. He was making big money. Prabhupada thought probably he will become a very big businessman and he will support Gaudiya Math. Like that Prabhupada was thinking. And then Prayag Pharmacy, it was becoming big. Like probably he would have become like Pfizer or Glaxo or something like that. Then suddenly, dhram, whole business collapsed. And Prabhupada, he laughed. He said, Yasyaham anugrahaname harishye tadhanam shanay. If Krishna becomes extra merciful, he takes away everything. That's what he said. Kaun keh sakta hai aisa? Hum log nahi keh sakte, right? But that was Prabhupada. He just laughed. Prabhupada said, Krishna tested me twice. One time by taking everything from me, and another time by giving everything to me. So by taking everything from me refers to that incident where he lost everything. And by giving everything is after he became sannyasi, Prabhupada said, I came with 40 rupees and today I have 40 crore rupees. That time when he spoke. Today ISKCON's property may be, So Prabhupada said, Krishna tested me by giving everything. So much he gave me. And then he wanted to see my resolve. Is he focused on service or not? And both cases, by Krishna's mercy, he said, I could pass. Haribol. So you see, passed in flying colors. Yeah, flying colors. So that's how such a great devotee of the Lord. So Krishna will test us. And that test sometimes is very difficult. But if we keep in good association, if we have support system of Guru, Sadhu, Shastra, then we can easily handle that. If we want to fight the battle alone, then it's very difficult. But if we have these devotees, then we see that we will be able to go through any difficult situations. So happiness or distress, a devotee is always grateful. Easy to speak, of course. Even I want to practice it in life. Yah sarvatran abhisnehah snehas tat prapya shubha shubham nabhinandati nadveshti tasya pradnya pratisthita. Yes, please read.
In the material world, one who is unaffected by whatever good or evil he may obtain, neither praising it nor despising it. It firmly fixed in perfect knowledge.
Yeah, so these two verses answer the second question, right? 56 and 57. Note the answers also. 56, 57 are answering which question? How does he respond? Yeah. So, sarvatra anabhisneha. Whenever he gets something auspicious, inauspicious, he is not attached to it. He accepts it as, if bad comes, he accepts it as his minimized karma. If good comes, he accepts it as Krishna's mercy, Lord's mercy. Nabhinandati, he does not very much happily welcome it. Nadveshti, nor does he hate it. Tasya pradnya pratisthita. So Prabhupada writes such a beautiful thing. He says, there is always some upheaval in the material world, which may be good or evil. As long as one is in the material world, there is always the possibility of good and evil, because the world is full of duality. So dualities will be there. We don't have to be disturbed. We should try our best to, go beyond it. But still, if the material world is showing loyalty, we accept it and we do whatever is best possible thing to do. Finally, everything rests in Krishna's hands. So you can only try. Karmanneva adhikarasth. Ma phaleshu kadachana. Krishna has the phala. So we don't know what phala he will give. Whatever he gives, we are happy that way. But try we should. We should do our duty perfectly. So that's the answer to the second question. Now the answer to the third question. What's the third question?
How he sits.
How does he sit? How does he control his senses when the bad stimuli come? When there is a whole world becoming so much greedy for money, or the whole world is showing the lust, the whole world is showing the pride, anger, how does he control his senses? How does he not get influenced? So that is spoken. Yada samharate chayam kurmongani va sarvashah indriyani indriyarthebhyas tasya prajna pratisthita. Yes.
One who is able to withdraw his senses from sense objects, the tortoise draws its limbs within the self, is firmly fixed in perfect consciousness.
Yeah, so Krishna gives the example of tortoise. Just as tortoise, as soon as the danger comes, what does the tortoise do? All the limbs it takes in the shell. So shell is so powerful that even if elephant stands on the shell, no, shell will not break. Tortoise, itna powerful रहता है वो. You can have the elephant stand on it, तो भी टूटेगा नहीं वो. But as soon as those limbs come out, they are very delicate. They can be, somebody can just by hand kill him. It's possible. We should stop? Okay. Yeah. Prashadam also. No? Okay. Fine. Okay. So, okay, these verses tomorrow will complete then. Now this chapter is going to take 10 minutes only, 10-15 minutes. That's it. So tomorrow we'll continue. Granthra Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Okay. So 10 minutes this chapter, and then third chapter will begin tomorrow. And we will also cover almost 25 verses of third chapter tomorrow. Okay.
Sorry Prabhu, actually
No, it's okay. It's okay because I am also...
Thank you so much, but we are so limited actually.
No. Yeah, and I like 7 o'clock we are not able to start also.